Hello and welcome to our first look at Norland during the Steam Next Fest this summer in 2023. Norland is a colony builder, a medieval colony builder similar to a game like Rimworld, but stuck permanently in the medieval era. I have very much had my eye on this ever since it was first announced and been carefully kind of like following along in any development. But this is my first chance to actually dig in and get a little bit of a playthrough. They say you're allowed to play 20 days. It's a full gameplay experience, but you're limited to 20 days in the demo. So we're going to skip the tutorial and we're going to dive right in. We have Pierce, Oysen, and Erna of our family. One's good at persuasion, one's good at intellect. Two are good at intellect. Let's re-roll one of you. Command. Why not? Balderic, Pierce, Balderic, and Erna. The city of Turgsville. Kind of like this. This is pretty much my channel colors, so we can go with that. We're bad at manners, we're bad at trade, we're bad at combat, but you know what? That's half the fun. What's hardcore? In normal mode, the difficulty of the game will gradually increase during the first few days. New mechanics will be introduced, allowing you to adapt and develop your settlement peacefully. All challenges begin from the first day in hardcore, requiring high concentration, multitasking, and familiarity for the game. Well, let's not do that, as fun as that could be. We're the town of Sparksville. We're near Silverhaven, Crystal Light, Enchantment, Goldshire, Brightvale, and Crystalia, Frostkeep. What a cool little map. Now, I wonder, is this map randomly generated? I feel like the map is probably always the same, but the little villages around, depending on which ones you have, get randomly selected. Duke Turg. What do we got? We got a lot of wheat. We got 2 flowers, 1 copper bar. Norland, the year 2898 since the creation of the world. 200 years have passed since the great Crimson Empire perished in the flames of a religious war. Its former provinces have become barbaric kingdoms, kept from mutual destruction only by the all-powerful Church of the Holy Sophia. While the holy prophets speak of the impending end of the world, events unfold on the eastern outskirts that will influence the entire history of the world. Ba-ba-bum-bum. Take a little peek. I'm assuming it's the same world based on that they've got everything named and everything else. After a long and exhausting journey, Pierce arrived home, expecting to see his wife waiting at the doors of the hall. However, instead of her, his brother approached. The expression on his face did not bode well. "My king, I do not bring you joyful news." "What happened, Balderic? Do not delay. Tell me the truth." Balderic stuttered as he began to speak. "Bandits attacked us last night. We tried to defend ourselves, but there were too many. They've kidnapped your wife, and they demand a ransom. Then command a messenger to deliver whatever they ask for. But my king, we're surrounded by enemies. While we're under vassalage protection for now, you know that the old king's time is running short. If we don't have enough gold and resources, we won't be able to withstand. We need an army. Do you suggest that I abandon my wife, Erna?" Guess that's my wife, the queen. Balderic is my heir. And I am a gambling addict. As long as they have hopes of receiving the ransom, they will not harm her. Very good. Maybe I should have played the tutorial. Oh, and we have a bunch of peasants. So sorry, you wanted me to rename this guy to Duke Turg. I will do that. You know what? Maybe I should have actually done the tutorial. I imagine it's very much of a Rimworld style. I didn't expect to have houses and the like. Halls with servants and builders. Lord's home, a lord's home, a lord's home. Is it released or the demo? It's the demo. The demo's available until July 10th. So we're taking a little peek. We have a dormitory over here with, I guess, a bunch of servants. Ryefields, rutabagas, lumber mills. Ah, here we go. First step is to free a prisoner from the forest bandit camp in the beginning. It's better to hire mercenaries and form an army. Hire 5 to 6 mercenaries from the army menu, which will take approximately a day to reach your settlement. And in the meantime, you have initial settlement development. Secure food, build a tavern, and an altar for prayer. Assign lords to learn new knowledges, and when the holy caravan arrives, remember to buy books. Cool. All right, well, I need mercenaries. How many? All of them? Why not? We need to... It said, get a tavern and an altar. Let's figure out what to build here. Hall, tavern, place for peasants to work after work. Here, alcohol is sold. I mean, if that's the market and that's the Great Hall, I feel like the tavern has to go here. An altar to pray at. Put that right up there behind the hall. And then a source of food. Yes. So I guess it's gonna be rutabaga. Requires regular fertilization by burning wood. So we're also probably gonna want that lumber mill. So what do we got? We have some sort of field down here. Ah, okay. So this is like rich territory, 100% fertility. So let's build that down there. We can put a little lumber mill right next to it. Breweries, dens for nectars, training grounds and barracks. I probably shouldn't really build that many things at once, but let's get them started. We can assign a lord to learn new knowledge. Aha, hop fields and beers, a mine, rye field and mill. Build a library for the lord so he has a place to engage in knowledge-related activities. Gotcha. I'm gonna put it right there for you. For you, Duke. So let's see what everybody gets up to. See how it works. I've been very, very eager to check this out. The combat looks really fun. The graphic style looks really fun. I kind of like that you just like click and build a house instead of having to build it wall by wall. You know, there's pros and cons definitely to both sides. Dynasty. Restrictions to dice games, nectar consumption, wearing armor. Local market and daily expenses. Okay. The finance menu. You can assign daily wages to your residents. Can I keep this on pause? No. As well as set the quantity and price of goods sold daily, which residents purchase at the markets and taverns. Oh, neat. They consume 1 unit of food per day, otherwise they will start to starve. The quantity of food should be roughly equal to the population. Fatigue accumulates in residents from work and it can be alleviated with alcohol. Max quantity of goods sold to max. The merchants will automatically adjust the amount of goods based on the population. Slaves receive food and alcohol for free, but make sure the slave barns have a worker who distributes food to them, otherwise they will start to starve. Excess of goods can lead to overly positive moods and consequently excessive migration. Cool. I like that. After a couple of seconds of hovering over a hint, it freezes in place. Now you can hover any highlighted word. Yes, that's correct. Cute. I love when games have that kind of link freeze. You know, I think like Paradox games, it's just like you middle click and it freezes, which is always nice. Well, that tavern is getting up in no time. Rimworld Crusader Kings hybrid. Yeah, it's definitely the vibe. You've been charged a tax to your suzerain to the amount of $21. Interesting. Traders. Do not sell. Available for soldiers and peasants. Oh, that's cool. So it's clear that you can have like a peasant part of your town, a military part of your town, a slave-based part of your town. Oh, that's, you can move the whole structure. Okay. I assume someone will just work at the tavern, probably later in the day. Yeah, it is available. It's available to play until the 20th. 20th, the 10th. And, I mean, they do say it's a feature-complete game, so I imagine this is a bit of a bug testing phase. And the release is probably not that far out, if that's the case. Workers do not know your plans and require instructions. You can assign one lord to multiple buildings, and they'll try to visit them all in a day. The instructions will last for 3 days, after which the workers will stop working and wait for new orders. Issuing instructions takes 30 minutes in-game time, so one lord can serve multiple buildings. The lord will strive to update instructions in the assigned buildings, starting with the buildings that require them the most. Additional amount of products produced by the building depends on the management skill of the assigned lord. You can assign lords faster by right-clicking on the buildings. Aha. So who is good at management? 9, 6, and... Oh, cool. Oh, I love that. So let's assign old Balderic here to manage the field. Lords do not have access to gold mines and do not mint money. It is done by the loving family. You can sell the produce goods to the Holy Caravan based on your trade skill. You can trade with neighbors by responding to trade requests on the global map. And finally, you can gather a squad and attack bandit camps. There are many ways to earn gold in the game. Price manipulation, vassalage, raiding neighbors, writing and selling books, extortion, ransom, bribes, slave trading, etc. Cool. Map movement. To send an army to attack a neighboring city or send your lord there, select the desired city, camp, or object. Blah, 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 blah. Lords and characters move quickly on the map. Armies move slower. Hostile armies will engage in battle when they cross paths. Armies with slaves are even slower and can be caught up to. So this guy's going to go here and he's going to be like, work, work, work. Do I need managers anywhere else? I don't think I do. He's managing the hall, which I guess is just the building, I think. I think it's just designed to tell people where to build, what to build. Workers have not received instructions today. And we have insufficient workers. Tomorrow they will harvest the crops. Cool. All right, so that is their instructions, though. Nobles need to work on buildings to guide them along. Working, going to work, going for wages, going to eat, going for wages. Yeah, okay, so they have to come in here to actually like get their pay and stuff. Pretty cool. I do really like the art style. Sin. Insulting, infidelity, and fights are considered sinful. Prolonged and strong negative thought that can be absolved through confession with a bishop. Available under the status tab. Piety. Mood. Teach. Rhetoric and warfare. Communication. Spend time hunting wolves. Or seducing. Cool. So I can also put him in charge of my army, I believe. Or I can make an army out of him, but we gotta wait for the mercenaries to arrive. All your peasants have a home. They all sleep in this dormitory. It looks like only nobles need houses. And peasants sleep in the dorms. I could be wrong, but I think a lot of them might have just shown up. Oh, no. No, they're still taking a while. But I guess it's nighttime now, so everyone's going to the tavern. Yeah, the Duke is sleeping. These guys are all partying. I really like the difference between lords and then like all your other people. This dude is spreading rumors about the king. What a little goblin. And then is going home to pray. Yeah, having like workers versus nobles versus slaves really kind of, you know, I've played a lot of medieval style Rimworld, and you end up having like so many people and they all are kind of important. Gold balance, negative 1,400. Paid wages, produced resources, sold a bit of goods in the local market, and invested some goods into the economy. No problems on anything else. We got the tavern, the altar, and the field built. The lumber camp is almost done. So they should finish that in the library tomorrow. I think I'm 5 too short. Oh, yeah, you're right. 5 homeless people. You're absolutely correct. Oh, yeah, look, and you can build peasant houses. Just sleep on the floor in the temple. Well, we don't even have a temple. How much wood do I have? I actually have quite a lot of wood. I did not do a good job of that. Hold on. Let me reline those up. Let's put 2 between them. That looks much nicer. So hopefully they finish things like the lumber camp first, and we're gonna have to have people actually working the fields. But yeah, look, we got a bunch of people just sleeping in the dirt. But tomorrow we will rescue our wife. House is 2, yeah. Dorm is 10. So I figured there's 5 missing. We build 6 rooms. Give them a little bit of extra. Elevate a couple of our peasants. Oh yeah, and we have the library to finish as well. Needs a bit more music. This is one thing I found like with Rimworld when I played it, is I always had to install like a music mod and something to just keep music on in the background. The silence I find always to be strange. Yeah, we've waken up out of the dirt. We're going to eat some of our food. This is cool though. Like they get a little kitchen. Little double bunk beds. They all pray in the morning. Oh, cool. Even some of them go to the temple to pray. Baldric as well. Oh, that's super cute. I love that. And then we got a few people down here working. Baldric, you can also manage this place. So the fields are being planted. That's being done. We can plant more stuff up here as well. World summary. We have trade offers and trade requests from a couple of the nearby villages. Forest bandits are selling slaves. And King Fierce from Windpeak has quarreled with King Seven from Starstream. Our negative thoughts. One of my peasants became a fanatic, and we're expecting 4 migrants in. Uh-oh. Okay. Criminals, cutthroats, and fanatics. We've been charged $45 in taxes. I might actually have to build, if I'm expecting 4 more people, I might have to build a second dorm here. Just in case. Just in case. Yeah, look, we're growing rutabagas. Can I now put somebody on this? Learn. Alderic, you're working on everything right now. I assume he'll manage those daily and then go to the temple, the library, and study. Going to study knowledge, and the Duke Turg is going to daydream. Perfect. So maybe we can have up to 4 people studying here. I wonder if they'll add in different classes like whether or not you could have like monks, for example. I guess because they have like fanatics. A big part of me is like, how do I tell who the fanatic is? Homeless. My army shows up in 2 hours. We could go off to save our wife. Oh, wow. The trees look great when they're knocked over, too. It'd be neat to see some, like, tools in their hands. Optimism of a new residence. Fanatically religious. Oh, so this is the religious fanatic right here. Ah, you can tell because she's got the, she's got, like, the necklace. Oh, that rules. Any character can become fanatic. There's a higher chance for unhappy characters who have listened to a sermon of faith at the sermon of faith to become fanatics. Constant positive thoughts and also enjoy pain, seeing as it a way to communicate with the mother. Fanatics can raise a rebellion if despite everything they are unhappy, and you can adjust the number of fanatics by sending your lords to sermons in temples. Yeah. A couple of houses. Oh, who else do we have here? Cathal. Heavy armor, spear, and shield. He's decent at combat. I guess he's like a noble, and then the trader is also here. How do I hire a free lord for 10 days? You can assign them the same tasks as your own lords, inspect buildings, lead squads, and more. Cost depends on the level of persuasion. Persuasion of the available lord at 8, so we'd get a discount if we hired him with the Duke. Yeah, man, why not? All my mercer here as well. So let's just have Duke hire this guy, because I might actually send him out to lead the army if that's the case. The Holy Caravan has arrived in the city. Okay, hold on. They come from lords who left their family for some reason and did not join another. They come with the Holy Caravans and offer their services for holy rings. While waiting to be hired, they stand at the entrance of your hall. Contract will last for 10 days. They can be appointed for any task, teaching children, going on campaigns against bandits, inspecting buildings, etc. Engaged in trade between cities and serves as the primary source of gold and holy rings, the caravan trades in books and slaves. Protected and managed by the Inquisition, making them immune to attacks. They visit settlements every 2 to 3 days. Bookmark them in the trading. And then courage, half of the current mood. Warriors will flee if their mood is below 5. Commanding Lord is alive. They provide significant bonuses to their morale based on command. Oh, cool. So there really is like a morale system in the fighting. And this guy wants to trade, which I'm going to have the Duke do once he's done hiring this guy. Nope. What you're going to do before hiring this guy. Okay, so this guy has books. 50% reduction in the consumption of wood during buildings. Upgrades to the lord houses. Flavorful ale in the brewery. The construction of the temple, that seems obvious. The herbalist. Scaffolds, whatever that means. Let's get flavorful ale as well. And maybe half off wood. And then I'm going to sell you nothing. How does that sound? This guy also has slaves for trade. Oh, cool. No, okay, so he is hired. Let's form an army. Cathal, I'm going to have you do it. I'm going to give you all of these mercenaries with Let's go 4 and 4. Clearly, I have no armor and shields. Some of my peasants are okay, but I see how this is. I see how it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's create this army. Fox, hello. Have you checked out this game? It is Rimworld. It's the new Rimworld. The medieval Rimworld. All right, this guy is ready to rock now. He's got his armor on. He's ready for battle. Let's send him out to the world. He's got an army of 9. Can we send him here? Camp of Forest Bandits. Hostage event. Attack with Squad Cathal. There we go. Dope. I had like 4 people mention this today. It's the demo is available. It's like a 20-day demo. It's available till the 10th of July. So it's a good time to check it out. Warriors are retrieving their weapons from storage. Cool. My mercenaries getting all their pikes, and then they're all together and they move out. Armed and ready. Dope. Super cool. Had to accept it despite having settings to allow mature content. Warned that I'm rating into a mature stream. Interesting. It's really funny because like I don't put that mature rating on, but games and demos, it's just full. It just classifies as mature game, which is bizarre. I feel like everything is a mature game, unless it is literally like a kid's game. Maybe that's just me though. Have we succeeded on any of these? He's working on it. The rye field. So yeah, we have our 4 nobles now because we hired this mercenary to lead an army. This mercenary lord who should be leaving Turgsville and heading down to this bandit camp. We have trade offers here, trade offers here. This guy wishes to sell 10, looks like tools maybe, for 200 bucks. Yeah, cool, okay. This guy urgently wants to buy 30 beer, which he'll buy for over double price. Values your friendly relationship and offers you money as a loan. I really like these cool little trade requests. Seems like a good system. Have our dudes left? No, okay, they're still going. Wow, the map is also like pretty big. It's our little village. We have some farming, some lumbering going on. We're working on getting homes for everybody. Right now we have a lot of homeless people. But that'll be solved once we build that dormitory tomorrow. We got a lot of the stuff done today. Oof. Really is Rimworld, the materials to the side and everything. Yeah, I mean, it's super clearly heavily inspired by Rimworld, so. May contain mature rated games. Wonderful English. Apologies for whatever explanation I'm guessing I missed. Not a worry. I'm sorry. I can't. I've been delaying the ads as much as I can. Where are these guys all going? Oh, these are the slaves that went with the Holy Trader. Yeah, it's interesting. It's I want to say it's like a simplified medieval Rimworld, but it's got a lot of different systems involved with it. You have like different types of units. Like you have your nobility, which are clearly like your important people, but then you also have like peasants, and then you also have like slaves underneath them, and they can become different things. Like we have this peasant here who is a religious fanatic. They can also become like criminals and all sorts of different things. There's some sort of complicated religious system, a pretty solid looking like tech tree. That's just based on like you buy books and then your nobles can research books. You have to constantly pay money to the local king. And like have your nobles visit workshops to actually like make sure that things are being done. I'm really excited for the battles. Can I see this in person? It's a 9 versus 5. We have slightly more morale than them as well. Yes, we totally can. They clearly have armor, which I do not. I guess we just click. And we attack. Kill 1. Kill 2. And we broke their morale. So in this, we hired a bunch of mercenaries to go do this bandit quest in the hopes that we could then use these mercenaries to get back my wife, who is a prisoner, but also then maybe go hunt down some more bandits and make, you know, hire a mercenary company and have them travel around to make us cash. Who's this dweeb? Oh, he's the last guy. Are these our dudes? No, that's... If they're Squad Zoltan, and that guy is called Zoltan, he's clearly the last guy. This is cool. This guy didn't have a weapon, and I just saw him pick a spear up off the ground. Yeah. We lost 1. 4 of theirs escaped. The bandit camp has been destroyed. We got 300 bucks and 3 slaves. Erna has been freed and will return to the city. And then I guess these guys are like free to do whatever they want. I don't really want slaves. That's not really my jam. But what if we had these guys go over here? And attack these bandits. There are 9 bandits in this camp. Oh, he has to automatically go back to Turkville. Okay. Hired warriors will not leave the village even if they have poor mood, but they may instigate a rebellion. To increase the resistance of your warriors, it is recommended to take not recommended to take freshly recruited peasants into battle. Choose a lord with high command. Do not exhaust the warriors with excessive training and patrols before battle. Pay them enough money to afford alcohol and provide a separate temple for the warriors and preach faith in it. This will turn them into fanatics who derive pleasure from pain. Ah, but that might cause a religious uprising. Wounds can be simple bruises and minor cuts, but deep wounds can be dangerous, causing gangrene. To prevent this, characters treat salves with medicinal salve. They do it on their own, but it's important that you always have a few bottles. Cool. Cool. And Erna is anxious. Okay. Well, I can't do much about that. I can now build a mill to make flour. And I can now build a rye field, which I'm going to lead to believe means we succeeded at completing this. So I think a temple is next. Build a rye field right there. Why do we get a mill from flour? I don't have any kind of like bakery though. Bakery. All right, well, I'm just going to put that there then. Let these peasants figure it out. If you don't pay, is the game over or does the king attack you? Great question. I actually don't know. It automatically happens, so like you don't have an option to refuse. I would think if you can't pay, you probably lose. Or maybe you build up a little bit of debt and you're allowed to like pay back the debt after a couple of days. You can use warriors for expeditions on the global map and for defending your settlements. You can hire your peasants and slaves, but you have to train them at a training field. And all new warriors require armament, which you can buy or create for yourself. Peasants are afraid of dying, and it takes time for them to get used to their new role. Before that, they will be very cowardly. I mean, I love that. That you can't just like, or that you can just like throw your guys into battle, but they might not be very useful to start. Aldrich's in a really bad mood. What's happened? Cruel joke. He's shamed for sins. He needs rest. Construct taverns that provide access to alcohol. Yeah, man, there you go. Going to drink a beer. Is that what you're doing? Baldric refuses to complete your tasks due to a bad mood. He's going to go get drunk. I support you, my man. Interesting. So he doesn't drink at the tavern. He drinks here. If a lord mood drops below 25, you may notice the background color behind their portrait turning red. They will not perform your tasks and may experience nervous breakdowns. Reduce their workload to increase. Okay, so I just got him. He's doing everything right now, so. They need meat and ale. Spend time with a happier lord or go hunting. Turn them into a fanatic. And the warehouse provide characters with all the access to resources you have. The first storage is located on the right hall of the wing. Right wing of the hall. Ah, that's why people keep going there. Okay. Peasants try to attend the morning service at the temple at 9 o'clock. They will gather buildings, resources from buildings. The further they have to walk, the less time they have for work. First storage is located on the right side of the hall, but constructing additional storage will help reduce travel time and therefore increase productivity. Additional builders can be hired at the storage. Erna is back. My lovely wife. What are you good at? You're actually really good at intellect. So why don't we have you do this instead? Well, it looks like he's in charge right now, but... Flavorful ale. Let's do, maybe Erna can do wood construction. Clearly not at the moment, though. Everybody's come back. We'll try to send these mercenaries out again in a minute, but... Oh, yeah, and we got to, Oh, okay, never mind. She's really good at management. So... I can actually have her manage all this stuff, and Baldric can focus on learning. Even though he's less passionate about it, he is better at it. And cool, you can see like capitals of factions are attacked by other locals. King Davin from Great Miss has quarreled with the king of this other state. And we got a mill. So hopefully she kind of goes for like rye, wheat field, rye mill, and then rutabagas and the lumber mill. I am sure there are better places for me to be building stuff. Flour, make X, do until X. Cool. Okay, so all the things that you can actually make, and they all have like limits. The temple. One of the lords needs to study the corresponding language, the corresponding knowledge. A nectar den, which is clearly just like a drug den. Duke Turg and Erna are going on a date. Now that they've been reunited. I could be wrong, but I think Duke is also a fanatic. Oh, wow, that's quite the date. Now I see why this game is, very immature. Well, they seem like they're in a better mood. Going to play dice, going to eat, really build up an appetite. This guy's homeless, of course, because I don't have another Normal Horn. So we'll queue that up. But I would maybe like for them to go over here and attack this group of bandits. Wow, Erna is a really good commander. Ooh, and we managed to actually loot some good equipment from these guys. A bit of armor, some shields, which will hopefully keep us alive a little bit longer. And I should also know, okay, so we have 7 warriors. We have 20 peasants. And we do have 3 slaves. So we're going to need a slave barn. Required for purchasing slave and housing captured prisoners. Inside there's an altar. Requires an overseer worker. So why don't we put that up here by the temple maybe? Because I can just keep these guys on the farms. Our homies are all decked out. We got a couple of nice new hats. This might also free up a little bit of space. Buildings you place framework let you do whatever you want inside. Are they specific room shells? Yeah, they just kind of build as like entire structures. And I guess there's a couple different like looks to them that have a bit of mix and match, but they seem pretty similar right now on the inside. They might make some more like over time, but right now they kind of all have the same look. Now I am really curious, like I know we knocked down these trees. Do they go and gather from this? Do these have like limited node amounts every day? Oh, and this is also really cool. You can kind of see like what your daily totals are. So we went up 18 wood and 24 rutabagas. Lords receive turnips for free while other characters can purchase them at the market. And I guess we'll start making rye as well now too. Some of our slaves are out sleeping in the fields because we haven't built them a proper house. Our warriors are on an adventure. Kind of funny that the king and queen don't sleep in the same bed. They both have their own houses. I wonder whether or not, because I did see there was like, yeah, tech for upgrading. +1 workplace. Curious how that kind of changes. I don't know what scaffolding does, but it looks like Baldric is just like crushing all of this stuff right now, so. He is so good at learning, he just like eats a book a day. A new battle has begun. Oh yeah, we're really well suited here. On legs. We have double their combat skill. They have slightly more morale, but we also have better equipment. Equal in number. We'll attack in the forest. I'm curious once you start getting like crossbows or bows and stuff as well, how that kind of changes the lines. We're down a man. We're down 2 men. Okay. We're evening it back up though a little bit. This is a bloody battle. Nice. We knocked their commander unconscious. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Looks like we got him on the run, baby. One of our guys with the helmets died, which is a bit of a shame, but. Also, our commander is only fighting with his shield. It doesn't look like he has a weapon. Get him! And they just like executed all the guys on the ground. Wow. 2 escaped. Doesn't look like we really captured anybody. We picked up 2 slaves. Neighboring factions dislike us a little bit. We got a bit of loot. Relationships with somebody. And then these guys are going to head back home. On legs 6. But it says we have 8. So I wonder, the guys that went down, I don't know that they died. They might have just fallen unconscious in that fight. Become wounded. Really enjoyed this demo when I checked it out over the weekend. It's day 2 and you already have the queen back? Oh yeah, we went and got her right away. I wasn't messing around. Hired the mercs and sailed them right out. She's running all the operations in town. All the fields. How much the Lord is loyal to the king. Usually changes every day, but drops significantly if the character is unhappy or doesn't like the king. High loyalty provides positive thought, allows you to give this character special tasks. Low loyalty can lead the character to move to another noble house, or if they their heir, raise a rebellion. To speed up construction of the city, build additional warehouses. Warehouses function directly even without workers, and you can hire additional builders there. There's text that can accelerate construction almost 2 times. All right, this is like twice it's told me to build a warehouse, so. I'm just going to donk one right there. Everybody's up at the shrine, praying away. We got a couple people working the fields. Erna's down here shaking her fist at the lumber mill. Balderic is working away at learning how to scaffold. We got a noble house ready for Cathal. A new heretic cult in the northern woods. The wild tribes of the northwestern frontiers. Remnants of a heretical sect known as Cainites. Spread rumors of human sacrifice. The Inquisition has decided to send a mission to those lands to preemptively suppress a potential heresy. Tribute is ready for Cerbert and Kugag. The villagers refuse to transport the tribute themselves due to fear of bandits. If you ignore it, the village elder will consider that you don't need the tribute and will use it to benefit the community. Cool. So we have 2 little villages here nearby that will pay us. Yo, I love that. Okay, hold on. Also, where is that cult? The northwestern forests. That could be like up here for all I know. Tried that and got stomped. I guess we just got lucky, to be honest. I was surprised we won the fight because they were severely out-armored. Make sure you have more children, as when the current generation of lords dies, you might find yourself in a difficult situation. Legitimate marriage in which spouses regularly fulfill their duties. Choose a bride for your lords on the global map. Marriage greatly improves relations between houses, so pay attention to the family. So we can marry our son off to somebody. Slaves and warriors can rebel if their average mood falls below 25. Religious fanatics may rebel if peasants are unhappy. Rebellions can also be started by bishops. And the heir or former heir may rebel if their loyalty to the king drops to 0. And then we can have all sorts of relationships with our neighbors as well. Cool, cool, cool. Well, I guess once the army is back, we can go send them to pick up more stuff. Baldric needs to go drink, so I'm going to chill and not make him on anything right now. And we've picked up scaffolding for carrying out punishments. Executioners are involved in the search for criminals. I'm going to build this right here next to the tavern and the market. This is kind of my town square. It feels like the place to build a scaffold. And then these guys are putting together the slave hall, slave barn. Erna and Duke are going on a date, straight to the bed, it looks like. And my squad has returned. Your peeps also got some armor and weapons. Yeah, after fighting those bandits, we got some gear. Jocelyn, the guest, has arrived in the settlement. Ooh. Who are those guys? This is a nearby Duke. Carrying some salve, some holy rings, heavy armor. He's homeless. A poisoner. Can poison someone either by the order of the king or out of their own whim. If everything goes well, no one will suspect him. That doesn't sound good. And okay, the warehouse also needs a manager who I'm going to make Erna. She's got a lot to do on the daily. Okay, and this is the slave barn. So they have a little altar. Shackles, a little food pot, I guess. Cathal is unable to move. He's fallen unconscious of some sort. Minor bruises. Loss of mobility. Exhausted. And yes, these are my other mercenaries that fought. This guy's got 6 minor bruises. This guy's got a bruise, 2 cuts, and some minor bruises. And there's another guy here too. Oh, he got up though. An infected wound. Sigbert. He got a deep wound. Will he go buy medicinal salves from the market himself? I wonder. It says I have 4 in stock, but it looks like he's just buying flour. Yeah, we can buy medicinal salves. Erna is also expecting a child. She's got a hand injury and she's drunk. Uh-oh. Oh my god, that's not what you're meant to do. Don't get drunk when you have a baby coming. I'm going to learn the herbalist because it feels like I probably want to have more salves. I also don't know why these guys are like sleeping in the dirt. Oh, we also have Narda waiting to be hired. Okay, so she's one of the, like, a mercenaries. And Jocelyn, he's just hanging out. Duke Turg can go trade. And let's see what they got. Fast construction. A pig farm? Yeah, I want that for sure. Upgrade the Lord's house to improve a softer bed. We got a fair bit of money. I'm going to buy both of those. And I'm going to buy... These are expensive. He's only got 2. I'm going to buy him anyway. And you know what? Should I buy shields or armor? Oh. It's kind of expensive. Screw it. What else are we doing with our money? Top left, mouse over your peasants. Nax, how are you, my dude? Good to see you. Total number of peasants is 22. Homeless is 0. Healthy. Oh, unemployed is what the 8 is. Okay. You know why? It's probably because we brought in all these slaves. And Erna's too busy getting drunk and having babies. Workers 3, 3, 1, 3. Pig farm and Lord's house. Cool, 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 cool. I suppose a brewery would be a bony day for the tavern. Maybe put it right there. Is there anything else I'm missing? I am missing the den, but I don't feel like that's the right idea anytime soon. And I don't have enough iron or copper to make the temple or the training ground. Aha, okay, and we also don't have a barracks. Which I think I'd like to maybe build like down here. Protect the area from crimes. Cool. Cool. There's so many things. Do I like Norland so far? Yeah. It's got a lot of really interesting systems. I have a lot of questions about it. We have some nice decorating. I think I need additional lords' houses for these visitors. Erna is pregnant with Duke Turk's child. Excellent. Good news. All these people are going to get paid. Yeah, all my mercs, because I don't have the barracks, so all the mercs, they can't sleep in these, I don't think. Yes. Pain from injury, homeless. Tip, build more barracks. So I'm going to put that on priority. That'll be the first thing that gets done in the morning. Okay, Narda is leaving with the other person, but Jocelyn is hanging around. And I am pretty sure he's walking around talking to Baldric, who was insulting him a bunch. Now, this noble will sleep. Ah, okay, so he'll sleep in the hall. Peasants aren't allowed in the hall. Soldiers have to sleep in the dirt. Missy buddy, haven't seen you since D&D. I haven't played a lot of D&D lately, to be honest. It has been sadly not, I haven't had a lot of time for it. How's your colony doing? Good, good. We're just trying out the demo of this today. And it's been, honestly, it's been pretty cute so far. I've been vibing. Man, I'd really like to send these warriors back out. But I feel like I need to let them heal. Which I imagine they'll do if I build them a barracks. I love that just like pregnant makes her green. That's what that means. It looks like she's sick, but it's like, no, she's just sick with a baby. Oh, guests have different plans during their visits. Some want to socialize and play dice. Some seek sexual adventures. Some want to bribe your lords, turn them against each other, or even kidnap. When a neighboring king comes, this is a good chance to improve relations. As a response to your hospitality, guests can give lessons. Oh. What are you good at? Intellect, trade, combat. Poison. Can he give lessons? I'm not so sure he can. Maybe he just does it automatically. The number of new peasants arriving each day depends on the average mood. Among other things, new settlers bring gold from their previous place. Peasants can become criminals or leave the city if they're unhappy. Some will be departed and join forest bandits. Pay them a charge wage, which enough to buy food and drink and housing. Stimulate or reduce migration through tasks in the neighboring villages. Fanatics also have a bonus to mood. If migration is too high, sell less alcohol. Worse quality food and reduce the number of fanatics. Alright. I need to form an army to go pick up this stuff. So I wonder. Oh, cool. So I can just take the guys who aren't injured here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. I would like the payment of tribute to be picked up. Oh. The king will send a messenger. This will require 1 scroll. Paper. Okay, well, there's no bandits nearby, so I'm actually going to disband that army. Disband. I assumed I had to send an entire army, but it turns out I can just send Cathal himself. It looks like he won't be too happy about this, but... Cathal refuses to complete my tasks. And he is making fun of my guest. What am I gonna do? What's to be done? We got the scaffolding here. Execution, mask of shame, exile, blindness, enslavement. What is the mask of shame? Characters in a bad mood can freely beat them. If a simple criminal is being punished, they will return to being a regular peasant after the punishment expires. Cool. I mean, we don't really know that we have this. What are you? You're a fanatic. And an executioner, worker of the scaffold. Oh, dope. That's why he's got the hood. Whoa. You can pay peasants royal rings and bang them. You can bribe them. Bribe to bang. Some buildings, such as scaffold, training ground, or chancellery, require direct control to function. They do not operate without constant presence of Lord throughout the day. If the Lord has other tasks involving giving instructions, they will prioritize those tasks first. Okay. The executioner block allows you to manually punish any criminal, but if they haven't committed any crimes, it will be seen as terrifying. The executioner block allows for fear punishment, so the peasants will consider it justice. Workers of the scaffold, the executioners themselves, will interact with witnesses and search for criminals among the population to bring to the scaffold. If the criminal is guilty, the Lord will order their punishment, and if not, they'll be released. Oh, cool. Okay, so they're also, it kind of works as like the local police, I guess. Can I also just tell you to do this? Right now I have Erna doing kind of everything. Green, green, green. So those are like red. I see. So I think that's trying to tell me that like she can't actually reach all these things in one day. Oh, nice. I can make moonshine out of rutabagas. Oh my god, yeah. Hell yeah. Let's get that on the priority. We got lots of dudes now sleeping in this barracks as well. Amazing. What's the point of the hood if everyone lives in the same dorm? I don't know, man. I guess there's 3 of them, so maybe people could be like, well, I don't know which one of the executioners did it, but one of them did. This dude, you're still in a bad mood, hey? You've been insulted 3 times, I think by Jocelyn. I would like to kick you out of my settlement. Oh, the relationship between your king and the head of the noble house will deteriorate. He's from Moon Lake. Ruh-roh. Everyone's in such a bad mood. Unjustified executions and punishments cause a sense of terror. Since characters do different social classes do not communicate with each other, terror among the peasants usually does not cause fear amongst the lords, and vice versa. Okay. Okay. Oh, cool. And I can put a little banner here. Oh, that rules. So at nighttime, 4 migrants have arrived. At nighttime now, guards will come and they'll patrol around here to make sure that nobody robs the nobles. And I'm gonna need more houses. At least a couple more. 26. I literally have just enough housing right now. The game appearance is super lovely. Yeah, I really, really like it. You have these like little events happening and things like this going on. She's pregnant. He doesn't care. They're having a time. I really like the separation of like nobles and villagers. It allows you to have these like much more living towns. Oh, the Holy Caravan is also here. Should probably have Turg show up and do a little trade. Eldrick and Jocelyn hate each other. You know what, man? I might as well just buy these last 2 books. You have any more of this medicine? Yeah, but we're actually doing okay. We have 6. I think that will do. How are we here? Really struggling to get that herbalist finished. I wonder if you can unlock like walls and you know, think about like building gates and stuff here to make sure that we don't get attacked. And we have some sort of crystal mine or something over here. Crystal cave, at least. We paid 95 gold in wages. We produced 287 resources and sold 130 gold worth of goods. We invested 180 back in. We have insufficient workers for the banner, but that doesn't seem to be the case. There's 7 guards patrolling it right now. That is maybe a bit much, my dudes. Like 3, I think, would be plenty. The rest of you can sleep. I'd like to build a training ground, but I don't have any way to get iron. I guess I could have bought iron from the locals. Jocelyn is having a nervous breakdown because everybody hates him. Yeah, he's hated by my mercenary. What is he doing? He's stealing something. And then going on a drinking spree. He stole 10 beer. That's really funny. He gets in a big fight with like the heir to the village and he's like, yeah, well, I'm going to rob all your booze and spend the next day getting drunk in my house by myself. How does that make you feel? Sending me here on a diplomatic mission? I didn't want to be here anyway. Yeah, we have 0 crimes, 0 punishment. Play some houses for your villagers instead of dorms. Well, that's what these little guys are. It's just that the dorms take 10, those take 2. The skills of your lord to hire a freelance lord with necessary blah, 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 blah. High command, good at force bandits. Management produces a lot of extra goods. Trade for trade. Persuasion when doing covert actions. Manners help you seduce foreign lords to your side. Teaching allows you to quickly train peasants instead of expensive mercs. Intelligence for books. By creating a strong army, you can force neighbors into vassalage and use their tribute for further development. You can also use slave labor and the ability to slaves to have children in good conditions. Or the terrifying power of nectar. Oh, my mercenary lord just insulted my duke. We still have 8 unemployed people, which seems bonkers to me. What is heir reward? Character will receive a reward from the king for faithful service. Like, the duke doesn't really do a lot. So part of me wonders, can I... He's really good at manners and he's really good at trade. Can he teach economy? I mean, technically, yes. Why don't you just spend some time with, you know what, with Cathal, because I need Cathal to get in a better mood so that we can send him out doing things. Appearance of the unholy horde. The Inquisition mission has returned with dire news. In the northwestern forests, the so-called unholy horde has formed, a union of forest tribes under the rule of a new heretical cult, the Dead God. Extremely aggressive and powerful force that is preparing to destroy all the kingdoms of Norland. Loving family urges all noble houses to set aside their conflicts and unite against this new threat. The king who brings the capital of the unholy horde to ashes will earn the gratitude of the entire world. Can I see where they are? They're there. Cool. Cool. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm running out of tribute on these guys, and I kind of do need to get this because it is wood. Maybe I can actually just send out the Duke. You know what? I think I'll send a messenger to that one. Yeah, these guys are chopping down more trees or chopping up trees. Jocelyn is finally leaving, which is great because he's been a miserable piece of trash. And Cathal is having a nervous breakdown because he hates Jocelyn so much. And Jocelyn kept insulting him. What do you gotta do? How's this going? Nice. All right, we are officially making moonshine. Which we should sell there. Tribute results. Successfully collected 103 tribute. Oh yeah, there's the messenger from Cudgel. I don't know who this is. Mina. She's some knight coming in. And Jocelyn has left. Yes. Mina, the guest, has arrived. Going to drink some beer. She's a queen and a diplomat. Is she the queen? Do until 20 moonshine complete. Yeah, I mean, can we do until more than that, I guess? Why not? Why the heck not? Has there been any release dates mentioned for this game? Originally, its release date was Q1 2023. And then they removed that, and then they did TBA for a while. And I think the last I saw, they said Q3 2023. They have said for this demo that it is a feature complete demo. So, like, everything is here. Erna, don't make fun of your son. God, everybody is just having a miserable time here. Erna accepted a gift from Luba. Who is Luba? And why is your son carrying you around? Who is Luba? Erna is seriously ill. No, she's just super preggers. She's going to have a baby later today. Erna has been bribed by someone from your neighbors, possibly a messenger. If it drops below 25 loyalty, they might leave. You're at 55 loyalty. Okay. And the Holy Caravan is here where I could buy copper to finish building my other things. Really sounds like somebody is fighting. Ah, somebody is fighting. Good. Level up your experience. Get better at combat, and I may draft you into the new army. Deep wound, bruises. He's bleeding. He's got an infected wound. This other guy's like, I am also beaten up. I'm going to go straight to buying flour. I thought he was going to buy medicine. Yeah, you got the good stuff here that I want. And furthermore, it is cheap. We also have some books that I want, so I'm going to buy them too. Ooh, and we do have the herbalist as well. Where's up some sort of wood? We just got all this wood, so I feel like I'm not too worried about that. The mine kind of seems important next. Probably shouldn't have it on him because he's really freaking out about stuff, but Can I build a training ground next to this barracks? Answer, yes. I may. Are herbalists to collect herbs in the nearby forest? I also may do that. I'm going to do that down here by this lumberjack, I think. No, you know what? I'm going to put that like right behind the shrine. And I don't have enough to build the temple, sadly, because it needs for the training field. Q3 is next week, fingers crossed. Yeah, I mean, I would expect that this game is basically... I think they're demoing to do like a final round of QA, and then I expect this game will be launched by the fall. Might be end of summer. Orma, why are you sleeping outside? Repulsive moonshine. Oh, they don't like my moonshine? They don't like my rutabaga moonshine? Wow. Rude. Tobacco. Rude tobacco. I'm gonna build some more houses for them. These peasants need more homes. She got wasted. I mean, it's not really a good sign that my queen keeps getting drunk while super preggers, but you know what? We'll deal with one part at a time. Is it possible to refurnish the interior of the house? You can get upgrades. Which, yeah, I guess refurnishes it, but you can't like move stuff around. But like we have a book for improved lord's houses as well. Now, I wonder. This guy is strolling. Oh, ho, ho. So he just totally tried to break into the Duke's house. And my soldier who was on patrol didn't see him, but that's exactly, I think, what happened. I mean, it said he was strolling. I'm assuming that's different from patrolling. He also kind of looked like he was one of my mercenaries. I think he was. Okay, maybe he was keeping it safe. I got scared for a second. This game's looked pretty good from everything I've seen. Yeah, I mean, I am sad that there's only 20 days. We're only on day 6 right now, but it seems like it's got a lot of pretty good systems. I'll be curious if they allow for Mina wiped their feet on Cathal. Whoa. Those two are fighting. I am curious as to see like what kind of support that they give for things like modding. Though, like I would say, like the art style here is obviously like somewhat complicated to replicate. You can actually train people. I want these guys trained. We're gonna start losing our mercenaries soon, so it's probably a wise idea if we get a little money. We paid $78 in taxes, and I'm gonna be honest, we're really low on gold right now. Not much is going on here. Brecken has reached the age of marriage. You're a boy. So Baldric is gonna need to marry. He's 31. You're 8. It's a little young. You're 7. Sarcastic early balding hair. Ironically enough, it's really hard to tell the gender of characters. Defender of the city. Yeah, like I'm kind of thinking about sending someone out for him to see if he can get a wife. Beautiful queen. Albo and Lana, okay. She's the queen there. Pacifist, monogamous, unattractive. Perfect. Offering to the king. Lords. Oh, she's actually from Moon Lake. Sell paper. Seduce. Yeah, there's really not that many marriageable people around. In fact, there's none. Everybody is like 8 years old. I am like a 36-year-old man. That doesn't seem appropriate. You are no longer a vassal of Dust Valley. I wasn't aware that I was a vassal of Dust Valley. Gullible and independent. Finna. Marriage. Brecken. Nessa does not treat you well enough. Currently, the relationship between your kings is 0, but it should be at least 5. So I would need to... Man, I don't even know here. Finna. Seduce. If the Lord's interest of the performer is high, they will spend time in bed. I guess we could just send somebody over there to be friends with people, but... I don't know. We've completed the mine. Perhaps the alchemist's lab would be good. You know what? I'm just going to let Baldric drink for a little bit. He's in such a bad mood. Oh, the ruler of Dust Valley has died. That's why I'm no longer the vassal. The scaffold needs a manager. Not really, though. But the herbalists probably do. And we got a couple more peasant houses, which should be good. 2 warriors have also maybe left. Kind of looks like. And we can now make a mine. Here, iron is extracted. It can only be located on an iron deposit. So that's exactly what this is. And I feel like I'm going to have to make it so Erna isn't managing all of the places all of the time and start splitting it up. Pretty sure Cringer was streaming a full version of the game, so I'm hoping it releases a little earlier than end of summer. Yeah, I think he was as well, yeah. Just checking that the door was locked. I think it's pretty likely we see this release very, very soon. How are we on unemployment? 6. All right. All the peasants are like collecting their pay, but they're also going to the market and buying all of their stuff. A child is born. Nira. She is the new heir to the crown. Why isn't Baldric the heir? I wonder. I wonder. He's going to have sexes. Sexy time. Look at this. Look at this. He just went and spent his royal inheritance on a peasant. Baldric and Vada. And now Nira is here spreading rumors about Mina, the visitor. There's a lot going on in this little town. There's all sorts of scandal. I love it. Training ground instructions are not received. How do I train the army? Okay, they just train in the training ground. Okay. Yeah, it looks like most of my mercs are probably going home. Faceless Rutabaga, pain from injuries. Yeah, they're all like pretty wounded. And a few of these places are no longer getting orders. When one king submits to another, they become a vassal. The other becomes their suzerain. Guarantees protection. Anyone who attacks the city will severely worsen their relations. Vassal cannot independently attack cities. Pays tribute in the amount of gold. So that was the 74 gold we were losing a day. Characters can increase their skills through training with other characters. Children gain several times more experience when training than in adulthood. Your lord can also be trained by guests with good relation. You can invite them from neighboring settlements. So she has no skills, but she's good at intellect. So let's start her in intellect under... Oh, Mina! Awesome. Okay, so Mina's really good at intellect, and she's not doing anything other than eating all of my food. So I can have her educate this child while she's in town. Level up, level up, level up. Literally gained 5 levels in intellect just then. And I guess we'll continue to try and learn from her while that's available. Mina is plotting murder. Uh-oh. With Erna, who has also become a fanatic. Who are you plotting to murder? Is it Baldric? Cool. The Duke is teaching them all how to fight now. We have more tributes ready. We're expecting 1 migrant. We've got 1 more fanatic. We have 5 unhappy slaves with a 20% rebellion chance. Fatal fatigue and a thirst for freedom. 1 warrior is sick with an inflamed wound. Fear of death, tasteless rutabagas. I wish we could learn how to cook our rutabagas into something better. And these guys just have a bunch of wood, which I could have Cathal go pick up. Or at least I can try. These guys are all like, what do we do? What do we do? We're waiting the inspector. And Erna is like, I am yelling at the herbalist. Yeah, neat. So the peasants won't do anything until they're yelled at. And it takes a sizable amount of time to yell at everybody. That sounds like quite a fight breaking out. Is it just down here? Yeah, okay, maybe it is. The sounds of combat. You guys are going to make some flour. People do seem to like flour, which is good. Should work our way down here. It's already like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Nura has gained intellect 11. And the mine hasn't gotten anything done. She's going for another inspection. Okay, it kind of looks like she can just make everywhere in the run of a day, but it takes her the entire day to do the inspections. which is like, okay. We're running really low on money. I think I'm going to have Duke Turg go talk to the trader and see if I can't sell some stuff. Because, like, we have lots of rutabagas. We got lots of wheat. We have some, like, extra weapons and stuff as well. Yeah. We can definitely sell off some of this rye. And some of these rutabagas, which everybody seems to hate anyway. And then, I don't know, you got any books? A workshop and a coal furnace. Yeah, I mean, like, I'll buy those. It's not really what was my goal here, but... Coal furnace. I guess let's go workshop next. So what did he learn to make? The alchemist slab, maybe. No. I think he studied like cheap. Did he study? Oh, I guess he did the mine, and I haven't had him do anything else since because he's been so upset. So Nera has actually become a really good intellectual, which means I can have her study things at the temple as well. Though, I think it would be wise if I got her to learn maybe some rhetoric from the Duke, maybe some trading, maybe a little of everything. Who are the hobos in gray t-shirts? They are my slaves. Or are the slaves that come with the trader? So these guys are all with the caravan. We do have a little barn, little slave barn up here. I didn't really want slaves, but they just kind of happened. We attacked some bandits and we ended up having some slaves. Sometimes that's how she goes. Cathal has returned to the province. Gold balance 182. So we actually made some money today. I am confused about if I put you here, what happens? You don't have any criminals, so there's no punishments to hand out. But clearly, I still need to assign somebody on that. The occasional slavery, the occasional accidental slavery. Yeah, this game is really cool. It doesn't have a crazy amount of things, but I imagine it gets complicated to juggle it all after a certain while. All of these guys, I guess, are in terrible, terrible moods. They're all exhausted from training, I guess, all day long. But it's cool. You can see, like, some of these guys were just peasants. And now they've already leveled up. Like, they were at... Most of them were at, like, 2. And we've got a couple of levels on them already. I don't know how long these guys stick around for. I feel like they should have ran out of juice already. Erna and Duke Turg have fallen in love. Well, that's good. They're king and queen. They should be. She's the queen, right? Yeah, she's the queen. Economy in the game seems to work fine, but I really like the system in the game. Lords and Villains, I haven't. I do know the game, but I've never given it a shot yet. It's kind of been on my radar. Ooh, a wolf. Who's good at combat? Not you. I guess you are. Would you like to hunt a wolf? Hunting together for a flesh wolf. Their relationship will improve and their entertainment gauge will be replenished. You know what? Let's take Duke Turg and Balderic and go hunt a wolf. So what is all this green slime? I feel like I missed something important. Cool. So they've got like suited up in their armor. And now they're going off hunting together. Yeah, villains. Yeah. Very similar to this game, less mechanics. No world map, but more modular build aspect. Cool. Stab. This wolf is taking like 20 stabs. Aldrich, what happened? Escaping danger. Uh-oh. Going to eat. Wow, okay, so that did not go well. Both the Duke and Baldric, his son, just got the tar beaten out of them by that wolf. Bruise, cut, minor bruise. Cut, minor bruise. Alright, they're just being babies about it. Will this wolf just, like, perish? It's him right here. He's bleeding. One must believe he bleeds out. Elbow, you're a king. You're the king of Moon Lake. Bandits. Camp of forest bandits. A camp of forest bandits. 7 bandits with combat skill 5 and without weapons will join your army. This will cost $350. Interesting. Nearby cities on the map develop according to certain laws. The more adult lords in its settlement, the faster its working population grows. The higher the population, the more gold it produces. Part of the produced gold is spent on purchasing an army. If the king of the settlement is at odds with someone, this share is higher. I wonder if visually do they like change on the map. Fine nectar. Fiacre proposes a peace treaty with me for 7 days. Both parties will refrain from raiding villages, attacking cities, and forcing each other into vassalage. Sealed by the church, it is sacred and cannot be violated. I'll send Cathal to go do that. And I'd like to send someone to collect this wood as well. Baldric, could you do that real fast? He just completed building a workshop, so. Tools, daggers, and bows. Well, we might as well put that over here. Or like, I don't know, here maybe. Just looking for something more smooth than Dwarf Fortress and less micro-controlled than Rimworld. Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of what I'm liking about this, is I feel like I'm not controlling a ton of people. You know, even though my village is very much alive and I could look at any of these peasants and discover like different things about them. I like the fact that you only really need to worry about your nobles, ultimately. Green slime is throwing up, maybe from morning sickness. Probably from the drunks at the tavern. Oh, cool. That tree just like formed. Oh. Oh, maybe it's because a noble went near it. Cool, 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 cool. It's also cute to be like, oh, I'm going to take you up here to have secret conversations with you about this visiting king. We're going to spread rumors about him in secret, away from like prying eyes. We got some tribute. These guys are heading to Wind Peak to make friends. Nira sincerely admired the Duke. Well, rude. It's your dad. He's been teaching you. Added quite a few things since you played as well. Yeah, I've had offers to play it on stream. I just, I have not. I've not given it the shot. I like that I can make like flavorful booze as well. I'm clearly working people in kind of a funny system here. Although, look at this. We're making, yeah, mined in the mines. We made 9 iron. So I could actually make a temple now too. Which is kind of cool. Like that, I kind of have this like little noble district, military district, and like peasant district. Garrus and I have entered into a sacred peace treaty. Plus 10 relationships. Oh, look, and that guy went out and actually cleared out those bandits. Aid against the unholy horde failure. The noble family of Greenspire no longer exists. Oh. All members of the family and inhabitants of the settlement were killed off and offered as sacrifices. I didn't know that that was a quest. You know, it's kind of interesting because I don't have vision of what's going on over here, so I can't even send units. I can't muster an army to send up to the unholy horde. I'm literally not allowed. Cool. I like that there's this like greater threat on the map as well. That gives you kind of a reason to, I assume, build up. I do really wonder about like defenses though, or whether or not everything is just an army. Like, can you build archer towers, lookout posts, stuff like that? You can build a little temple, have some rain. Demand vassalage by Green Mist. David believes that in the current situation it would be best for you to become his vassal. You have 3 days to consider the offer. If you ignore it, he will consider it an act of insolence and his attitude will deteriorate. He has an army of 8, 5. We have 8, 7. We are way better than you. You challenge the authority of David and demand that they become your vassal. If they did not agree to submit within 3 days, you will be required to attack their city. If you emerge victorious, they become your vassals by force. If you refuse to attack their city in case of refusal, you will be seen as a coward. I like that. That's kind of fun. And my new workshop also needs a manager. It's going to be her. And you need a sermon of faith, which is going to be you. All right. The drunks, I definitely remembered them. I just got a war with another faction when I hit the 15-day demo limit. Can't wait for full release and to get into it. Yeah, this is definitely something that I'm already being like, okay, there's so much to this. I can't wait to play the game in full. I almost don't want to go any further. But let's see just how the end of this day goes. If we come up with any new fancy stuff. We never made the alchemist's lab, which I'm curious about. Also, one thing is like rewrite. I wonder how that works. Oh, and how interesting. Nira can't... So she's got 11 intellect, but until she grows up, I don't believe she can go any further. So she's just going off on a stroll. Can I actually have you learn economy from the Duke? Oh, from Elbow. How about from Elbow? He's just visiting. He's not doing anything else. The Duke here is dealing with this, but I'm going to actually turn him off because I think that's a big waste of his time. And Cathal is unable to move because he is drunk as a skunk and exhausted. The bishop has arrived at your settlement. And Erna has received an enlightenment mill efficiency. What does that mean? Enlightenment. You're the mill. What is this one called? This one is Norland. Oh, here we go. About the bishop. When your loving family considers the bishop settlement... when the loving family considers your settlement big enough, they send a bishop to you. Through the action menu, your lords can confess to the bishop to remove their sins, as well as perform other religious actions. Bishop can provoke a religious uprising if he quarrels with your lords. Please him. If he dies of natural causes, you will... Not of natural causes, you will be punished. Okay. So this is a great one when I say, oh, no rings. I need at least 5 rings. They have 15 or better. More than 25. Their social status is elevated, which brings them pleasure. This guy has a lot of sins. Or at least some sins. Kill. Poison. Bishop, confess. Forbidden sex. Forbidden sexy time. How do I get you rings? That I'm not sure. That I do not know. And I guess you're making all sorts of stuff. Oh, I can just like also... I can just upgrade some of these spots. Cool. Okay, so not everything needs a researchable upgrade. So like my brewery, I can immediately upgrade. And they'll make another job there. Same probably with the lumberjack. Yeah, I for sure can. I bet the mine, I can also do it. Yes, but I need tools, which I make at the workshop. Dope. Dope, dope, dope. I also need coal, which I don't have. But I do have the coal furnace. I just need to research it. Oh, increase the building. Increase the quantity of resources produced in the building by 20%. Create a book based on knowledge. The higher the Lord's intelligence, the faster the book is written. Since the characters are already familiar with this knowledge, the book is written noticeably faster, but it requires paper. That's dope. Oh, that's right. It said you could make money by like learning how to write books and writing them. This slave is attempting to escape. Oh, that was easy. All I had to do is tell somebody to give him the mask of shame. Off you go. I like that he was just like, oh, you saw me. I'll stop. And now he's attempting to leave again. Since there's no walls or anything. Yeah, I don't know how I would go about fixing this. I mean, I guess he just leaves. Oh, here we go. To prevent this, place patrols at the entrance of the slave barracks or the entrance of temples. Make them happy by providing them with high quality food and alcohol. All right, well, he got out. He's fine. It's not a big deal. But I guess that's noted that we would have to put like a patrol banner up here as well. And I think I only really need 2 people patrolling each of these spots. Oh, cool. The wolves' eyes glow in the dark. That's really funny. Right, and if there's not enough room in the barracks, they'll sleep in the temple. But that's fine. I feel like they'd get caught out there. Stole the mask of shame as well. That's all right. You can keep it on. Let other people know when they arrive. Holy rings cannot be produced. They can only be purchased from holy caravans. Ah, that's why I'm so low on them. All right, I think with this monster sermon in the temple, this is where we're going to leave our first look at Norland. What a fun little game. I can't wait for this. I'm going to for sure do a big playthrough of this when this comes out. There's no way I don't. This is a game that is very much up my alley. Looks very good. It looks very polished. I know that they delayed the release a couple of times to make sure that everything was up to speed. And so far, I really like what I see. I really like this like invasion mechanic that gives you a threat to the world. On top of just like your nearby allies being a threat. I can't wait to see what more this game has in store. But that's going to be it. That's going to be it for Norland.